Here we go with the all-22. A little bit more time to digest this since the game happened on Thanksgiving, but just kind of what were your overall thoughts, Chu, on how the offense played against the Lions last Thursday?
I think the receivers are starting to get it. They're not only getting it when they're not the top read, but I thought they did a much better job with spacing and things like that. And the thing that amazed me the most is how effective these guys were without their starting tight end Musgrave and Aaron Jones. So things are trending up.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the 5 plays we want to break down this week. Obviously, plenty of plays to dive into. First one I chose, I just went with the first play of the game, Chu, just because I thought it was kind of a ballsy call. I know there was a lot made after the game of LaFleur was going to take it out. They decided to keep it, but, they decided to go up top and right away hit the big play to Christian Watson. So first play of the game ends up being a bomb.
I like the call. Let's take a look.
I mean,
this is just Gabe. This is just bread and butter to me. It looks like a play we used to call flanker drive back in the day, where the intermittent, you see the crossing route come across. Now, Watson is the number one read there. It always pairs down, so it always goes top to bottom. The only thing about this, and it's not so much arm strength that I see, he just throws this ball late. Watch how late he throws the ball. And it turns out to be a positive play, but just look, if he hits him in stride.
Yeah, it's a touchdown.
You rewind it one more time, Gabe, and I'll tell you when he should throw the ball. This goes back to throwing guys open, not waiting till they get open. So right now, that thing should be uncorked. He has a step on the corner. The safety is out of position. So if he throws it, which to me looks like a second and a half earlier, that's a walk-in touchdown.
Yeah, if he throws it right at the top of his drop here, I mean, he's just as open.
See what I mean? Watch Watson up top, Gabe. This is where he has to anticipate him throwing him open, because he's got the corner beat before he even has him beat. Like, he's beat right now. Just based on Watson's speed. So I don't know if it's as much as an arm strength thing. He's just got to throw the ball earlier. And if he does, it's a walk-in touchdown.
All right. Play number 2 ends up being the first touchdown of the game. And you were just talking about spacing. This play ends up working out. And Jordan Love kind of showed, we were just talking about the arm strength. Jordan Love ends up showing off his arm strength here. But something, when I watched this play live, in my head, I knew exactly I wanted to talk about it this week, because something seems off. Again, it ends up working out, but we'll put it back here on normal speed. We'll slow it down as we continue to break it down. But tell me what's actually going on here, because something seems off the spacing.
So this is just trips left. All right, so what's the problem? Rewind it one more time. You
might be able to see it a little bit better from this angle, but it just seems like him.
Because I think the guy who's supposed to clear it out is the middle guy. So this is just simply a version of Y-stick. So that is
Watson.
Is that Reed? Who's 11?
So 11's Reed, who catches the touchdown. You have Dobbs on the outside. The closest man in is Watson. And again, Watson and Reed end up being so close, and Love fitted into a tight window to get it to Reed for the touchdown. But again, something just seems off here. And maybe I'm just wrong, but something seems off with the spacing, because they're just way too close together there.
To me, it's just like Y-stick. See, Reed's got to go. He's too slow, because where they're trying to get the ball is to Watson on a stick route, which used to be my bread and butter. So there's nothing wrong with Watson. It's your slot that's got to go. You see the false step there? I know these are minor coaching points, but watch his feet and look how long. I mean, it might be a half second, but look how long it takes him to get going.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, you talk about that half second.
That? You can't, when you are clearing a route out, you don't have time to do the shake. You don't. You can maybe go influence his outside shoulder and then bust it through his inside, but he's got to go. Now, this is a coaching point, Gabe. Total coaching point. Because you're truncated and you're on the 10-yard line, Watson should really be off the ball, and your Reed, is that Reed 11?
Yeah, Reed.
Should be on the ball to give him just more time to clear it out. So that's a coaching point. I don't know if the receiver screwed it up, but he should really be on the ball because he's got to be on his horse.
Yeah.
Now, but he doesn't have time to fiddle and all that. That's just why stick. That's why stick. So the ball's your number one read is to Watson. Your number two is to Reed. So that's, yes, it's a touchdown, but execution,
Yeah.
And that's shared around the board because, like I said, Reed should be on the ball to give him more time to clear it out. And but Watson is not to blame whatsoever. He ran the correct route.
All right, so third play here. This is a 3rd and 8, second drive of the game. And this is, to me, these are the plays, and in the throw, you'll see it could be a little bit better. But these are the plays that are really going to make this offense start to hum. I know Homer loved pointing out that Jordan Love had the most and probably still does 30 plus, completions of 30 plus yards in the NFL this year. So the big plays have been there for the Packers, but it's these 3rd and 8 plays that kind of continue these drives. And this is just a quick out, Chew. The throw could be better, but these are the plays that were missing the first half of the season.
Okay.
Just kind of quick out. Love gets it out on time. High throw ends up being a great catch. But this is the play that, to me, if they start hitting on these more often, that's what makes a really good offense into a great offense.
But that's bread and butter. Let's take a look at Watson's route. The only thing I would say is see how he's bowing it outside. I talk so much about keeping your stem straight. And I don't know why he's doing this, and I don't know why they're bunched up so much, but see how you can do the exact same thing and getting to the exact same area with your split as opposed to your stem, because that to me, a good DB will see that's a tell, right? And the DB is he's very comfortable. I mean, it's a great throw, great catch. This is a bread and butter play. But when you play in this league, you're looking for perfection.
And obviously the throw is high, and Watson has to go up and make a great catch.
Yeah, but, I mean it's straight man, Gabe. But if you look at Reed's route is not very good at all.
Yeah, he kind of gets jammed up there.
But you see how he's spending too much time at the line of scrimmage instead of going. He's got to go because that affects spacing. It affects everything. And this is a route where, I talk about you have to have a clock in your head where if you do get jammed, then you cut the route from, say, 12 yards to 10 yards. He can't do this in this instance because he's a clear out guy. So he's got to go. He's got to go. I mean, it works out, but in order for this to be a top 10 defense, those are things that you have to address, and those are things that have to be coached up.
All right, so later in the drive, we got Tucker Kraft. We thought we had it last week, but we end up getting it this week. His first career touchdown, and this is, when teams are struggling in the red zone, and I know the one thing that a lot of people wanted to say earlier the year, they can't scheme anybody open. They can't scheme anybody open. Like, when you get to the red zone, you got to design some plays and kind of disguise some things. And Kraft ends up being wide open for the touchdown here. Kraft as the load tight end at a 3 tight end set here, on the 9-yard line. Just kind of go right after Hutchinson. He shucks him, and the flat ends up being wide open because they go with the play action.
A simple play action. It's man-to-man. I don't even know. That's a total breakdown. I would guess that the linebacker 34 has him, but it's a good sell. I mean, he's going up against one of the best in the league and stabbing Hutchinson, which is great. I mean, that's perfect. That's all you want from that player. It's just a version of boot without the boot, But that's a well drawn up play. It's a breakdown by Detroit, and that's a hell of a play by Kraft.
Yeah, again, I didn't think there was much here, but I just wanted to point out that I think that the offense is starting to evolve. Yeah. And I think when I don't know if they'd have been able to run this play earlier this year. Like something would have gone wrong. Like Kraft to let the guy in too quick, and it just seemed like it was a well executed play.
That's your biggest concern, especially from a young guy, because this game is so fast, and the things you worry about from a tight end in this instance is, do I stay too long, and do I leave too quick? That timing is perfect. It's really 1,001, 1,000 go.
Yeah,
that's the clock in your head, but that's a great play.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, again, earlier this year we talked about how everything just seemed so difficult and everything seemed so hard. That's just an example, I think, of how things have gotten a little bit easier for the team. Again, going back to another third down play, again, a play that just kind of expands the drive. You're looking at a 3rd and 2 situation later in the game, and this ends up being a 14-yard completion to Reed over the middle. Reed working slot to the top.
Yep. Trips right. F left.
But again, just a play where, clean pocket, get the ball out on time, and ends up being a first round to extend a drive, which, again, these plays just really seem to be missing earlier this season.
Let me just take a look. That's good. See, it's zone. Now, he should sit in there, Gabe. He shouldn't continue on because he's closing that window. What he should do, and this is nitpicking, you come right around that front side linebacker, hook,
sit right there.
And stop right there. See how with 34, if 34, the backside linebacker gets a little more depth, then that makes that throw that much harder. So he's just got to learn to come around. They got to recognize man zone, come around, and then just stop it right there.
Mm-hmm.
But those are little things. They're starting to get it. They're trending in the right direction. There's just a few things that they could clear up. This will give you the tight version. Go to the tight version, Gabe. It gives you a little better look on what he's seeing.
Yeah, we'll get to the end zone view right here.
So once he comes around 46, you don't have to come to a complete stop, but throttle it, because if 34 has a little better drop, he could still make a play on it.
Yep.
So this is what you see. Watch. Bang, right there. Stop.
Yeah, so the throw. Yeah, the throw ends up looking like it's probably a little behind him, but in all actuality, if Reed does what he's supposed to do and kind of throttles down, it looks more of an on-the-money throw.
Yep. Perfect.
So the only takeaway I have here, there was a lot of man-to-man. Do you think teams maybe start to play a little more zone against the Packers after we saw, again, a lot of success against the man-to-man this week against the Lions?
And I know I'm nitpicking, but the way you should coach is to reach perfection, knowing you're never going to get it, but you want to get there. They're trending very well. They're starting to get a feel of the game. They're starting to get a feel of the offense. Just a few things to clean up, and hopefully they get there before the end of the year.
All right. Appreciate the time, Chew. We'll be back again next week on more All 20 Chew.